You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, everyone. We are happy to hear you and you be part of our show. I am Margie Taylor, your host. Sorry, I'm just all messed up. It's Monday today. We are in downtown Conroe at Lone Star Community Radio, FM 104.5, 106.1, and live streaming at irlonestar.com. Of course, if you miss any of this, we will post it again later on Conroe Culture News, the Facebook page, with the YouTube link, so you can catch all of the stuff. So today is, we're going to talk about Super Tax Day, and I have Rita Wiltz here with Children's Books on Wheels. We have Pastor Upshaw of Rising Star Baptist Church, and then I have my friend Constance Border, who is here just advocating for everybody. So Super Tax Day is coming up Friday, and we're going to talk about that and how you can get your taxes done for free. And then on the second half, we're going to hear from the Players Theater Company. They're going to talk about their new performance at the Owen Theater that started last Friday, Arsenic and Old Lace, and some of their upcoming shows. We may even have some role-playing here with the new director. So a few things that are going on is 202 Main is a new event venue that's going to be on the corner of Metcalf and Main, just a few doors down from us, and we're excited about that because both Allison and Keith Kruger, who already have shops here, Allison has the hair salon, Switch Hair Salon, that's a couple doors down, and right next door to us is the Branding Iron, which Keith Kruger is a part of. So they are expanding to have an event venue. It should be open here soon in early spring. And it's going to have a nice patio deck with music and entertainment. And if you have an event coming up, Keith Kruger would be the one to talk to. It's 202 Main on the corner there. So we're excited about that. And don't forget to go into the new exhibit at the Madeley Gallery. It's gotten national acclamation of what's going on. They have over 600 entries, and they're going to be giving out prize money. Of course, you can always vote on the People's Choice Award, and that artist gets all the bucks. So vote on your favorite exhibit. These are local artists here as well. And don't forget to eat lunch locally at Pacific Yard House or Red Brick Tavern or Corner Pub. Corner Pub has a great Reuben sandwich. So with that, we are going to start talking about taxes, but in a good way about taxes. Right, Rita?
Of course, in a good way.
So, some of us will be getting back some money. Some of us, of course, have to pay a little bit. But nonetheless, if you have an income of $56,000
correct
or less, you can have free assistance by VITA. What is VITA?
VITA is Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. It's a project of the IRS. Children's Books on Wheels has been a part of VITA in the Montgomery County area for the last 10 years. So we're expanding. We're excited. We're bringing in new sites to provide tax services, going back to some of the old sites. We're the organization that's all over the county, north, south, east, west, and central Montgomery County. Tax services will be in multiple languages. We're just excited. The guideline is set by the IRS, the $56,000 or less. So we're just excited to provide those services to residents of Montgomery County.
So you've done this for 10 years?
10 years.
10 years. So I know that you partner up with local nonprofits to do this as well. So on the west side, you do Society of Samaritans.
Yes.
And on the east side, you do
the Mission Northeast.
The Mission Northeast, and that's on Loop 494, I believe, out that way. And then, of course, your big kickoff, which we want to talk about, is this Friday at the Central Library of Montgomery County, right off the feeder road of 45. And then you have another one at the Church Project on Saturday, February 1st, this week, correct?
Yes.
So how did you get involved in this?
Well, Children's Books on Wheels, we've always provided different services for residents of our community. that can't come out to access to services. So we provided outreach, we're boots on the ground, we're the gap services. And so a lot of the clients that we service, a lot of them know that we have the three components. We have an educational component, we have a health literacy component, and we have a financial piece. And our financial piece is giving back to the community, making sure that they have access to services. The children that we service, then we service their parents, the grandparents that are raising the children. We talk about the earned income tax credit. We want to make sure that residents of Montgomery County are spending their money in Montgomery County, not traveling to another county to have their taxes done, because then they'll stop and cash their checks there. But to boost the economic stimulus in Montgomery County. And then we have a new component. We work with Dr. Knoll from Conroe ISD. So we have seniors doing taxes this year for Conroe, learning what it means to be a part of society and not just depend on mom and dad, but to make sure that they know how to do their own taxes.
So these kids will basically have feet on the ground and learning how to assist people, in the community. So how does that work? How were they chosen?
Well, these are children, a lot of them, we sent out the call to Dr. Knoll and CISD, and we told him about what we would like to do. And so we worked on it several months to bring it to fruition, and he sent it out to the principals. And a lot of the teachers wanted to be a part of it. A lot of students wanted to be a part of it. And also our partnership with Entergy. They have some students at College Park High School. So those students are involved. We have a teacher from Conroe ISD that teach economics and math, Mr. Johnson. And then we also have Eric Banks. And Eric Banks is over the G&T program for CISD. And these are students that are either taking dual credits or they want to be a CPA. So this is going to help them to do what they need to do.
Gives them some experience really working.
Of course.
So will any of these high school students be at the kickoff either Friday or Saturday?
They'll be at the kickoff on Saturday. We have a student from Wiltz ISD also participating, Jesus Santana. He's going to work with us. So we will make sure that the children have access to services, that they will help the people that come in to make sure that they have what they need in order to get their taxes done. But they'll be there on Saturday. I think Dr. Knoll will be a little bit upset if I had students there on a Friday.
Well, they're supposed to be in school.
They're supposed to be in school.
They're supposed to be in school. That's right. So tell me how you're working with Pastor Upshaw over here.
Well, Pastor Upshaw and I go way back. I was his PTO president for 3 years. He was my boss for 3 years, running the PTO at the school for him. And it was just a great relationship, and his daughter and my daughter were good friends. You always have that kid that your child hangs around with that's a good kid, and that was Danielle and Stacy. So we wanted to make sure that we continued that. And I love his wife and the fact that they're in education. So we wanted to reach out to Pastor Upshaw to make sure that residents of Montgomery County come in and get their taxes done that are located in his community. And believe it or not, we have people, the only place they want to get their taxes done is at a church. So it's a great partnership for us working with Pastor Upshaw.
So you're a site location.
Yes, we are. I've known Rita, as she said, since probably 1994, 95. Stacy was one of our students at York Junior High. We were there as a principal for 10 years. So I've known Rita for years, and I applaud the work she does in our community, and particularly with this venue, because obviously taxes are very important to a lot of people. And we want to provide an opportunity for people to come to our location. Churches are safe places.
Sure.
And we've worked with Rita before. Yes, yes. And I think she's been there, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It worked out very well, and it was a good experience for us.
Do you have those dates, what they are, that people can come to your church?
Yes, I do. We have February the 17th. That's a Friday from 11 to 4, and then March the 13th from 11 to 4. Those are 2 Fridays.
Perfect. So, and then we will have those on her Facebook page, Children's Books on Wheels, shortly, too, because I know it's not there yet, but it will be, because we still have some time to get it out there. But let's talk about, it's free. It's absolutely free, right?
Yes.
So what do they need to do to bring? What do they need to do to prepare? I know they have to bring certain items so they don't have to go back and forth. And do they have to make appointments, or do they just show up?
We have people that come in that need to do previous years We can go back 5 or 6 years. It was a privilege given to Children Books on Wheels because of the services that we provide. Our trainer, Miss Debbie Houston, has been doing taxes for over 1,000 years. And
That's quite a while.
It's a while. So she's seen all the changes that come in through the taxes. She's the expert. What needs to be done. She's our trainer. So we go back 4 and 5 years to do taxes. Those need an appointment, but otherwise it's a drop in. And our services are in English and Spanish and multiple languages. And we do have a list of what they need to bring in. We need to have a proof of proof of income. So a proof of income, photo ID, W-2s, 1099, W-2G, the individual taxpayer identification, ITIN. Those are people from other countries that move to the U.S. that have a working visa. We can help them. We go into undisclosed location where women are in hiding. We go to churches. We're at the YMCA. We're at the Community Assistance Center. We're at City Cathedral down on Hannah Road. So we're providing services for everybody to have access. And we're taking the services out to the families. As you know, in Montgomery County, one of the big problems in Montgomery County is there's no transportation. So we bring the services out to them. We'll have free books. The library has partnered with us over the years to provide services. So it's going to be great for us. And then being at Rising Star is wonderful because they already have a program where people are coming in for feeding. So it's just another part of what they're adding on to.
And how often do you do those feedings?
We feed once a week on Saturdays from 11 to 1. We started in September of this past year, 2019. We have averaged over 25 people a Saturday. We fed over 300 this past year from September to December. It's a free charge. It's a hot meal. We thank our Kroger partners for helping us with funding for that. Most of the funding comes from our members who give to help the program. And it's a great opportunity for our folks to really show the community that we're there to help anybody, and there's no qualification.
I was just about to ask that.
No,
they just show up.
Just show up. If you're hungry, we'll feed you. No charge.
Sounds like something biblical.
Well, it kind of is.
Right?
Kind of is, and we're excited about being a part of doing whatever we can to help alleviate some of the hungerness in Montgomery County.
Where are you located? Where's your church located?
1201 Hillcrest. Been there since 2005.
In Conroe.
In Conroe. Rising Star has been in the community for over 118 years. I've been there as pastor 22
Forever and ever.
years. Yes, so we are part of the community.
And who's this partner sitting next to you?
Well, that's Constance Borders.
Yes.
We all know Constance.
Everybody knows
She's one of those
Constance.
kind of people that if you need something done, you call on her and she gets it done. And
She gets it done.
She's been one of our members for, I think, since I've been there. And just a wonderful spirit, and she adds a lot to us, and she brings a lot of enthusiasm and energy, and she's
All
just
I gotta say is
a
Tina
go-getter.
Turner. You go, girl. Ooh.
I just also wanted to mention that we have food pantry.
Yes, we have the Good Samaritan Food Pantry. It
Okay.
started in 2017. We are open on Wednesday and Saturdays. Anyone can come. You can only come once a month, however. All you need to bring is identification and proof of residence. It doesn't matter whether you're in Cleveland or Huntsville or Willis, and we provide commodities, canned goods, dry goods, and we have some meat. We thank some of our wood forest partners who've donated meat to us. And that's been in place since 2017, and we feed over 500 a year through that program. It's free of charge as well. Our members support that, as well as some of our community partners like Wood Forest. Kroger's has done a great job of supporting it, as well as Walmart through grants. So that's a program that provides food for people to just come in. They bring the ID, they bring the proof of residence, and we give them food for a month. We're not trying to feed them, just get them through that third
Through
to
the
fourth
gap.
month. Yeah, where
Sure.
poor people tend to have a problem that lasts 3 to 4 weeks. So that's what we're
Absolutely.
there for. Yeah, been doing that for quite a while.
And Margie, just recently, through all of the nonprofit, and Rita can attest to this, there's a new class of poor called the working poor. And it's difficult for them to make it a full month on their pays that they have. It doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, what you've been through. We're here in the community, not just in the community, but of the community. And our goal is to be a helping hand. And we're seeing more and more working class poor than ever before. And the need is great. People don't understand that. Montgomery County, quote unquote, is supposed to be a community where everybody is thriving. That's not the case.
That's the outside. That's the Facebook appearance,
yes,
right?
Yes.
That's not
So
what's internal.
The need is great, and especially among kids. As you all know, the food bank and other places provide food to kids on weekends and all. Rita also has done that with Children's Books on Wheels. There's such a need out here to help. And we want to be, we Rising Star, as well as Children's Books on Wheels, are just trying to do our part. And I'm just happy to be a part of it, to know.
And you're a part of both.
I'm a part
Yes.
of both.
Yeah.
You're
I
a
am
board member for
I'm
Children's Books on Wheels, right?
Even
Board
before I
director.
became a board
Yes.
member, I was
You were very involved.
Yes, I met Rita through United Way when I served on the allocation committee, and I also met you 1,000 years ago, as Rita said.
Gosh, we're all so old. Darn it all.
I would like to say that I've been told that we're the only pantry that's open on Saturdays.
Could be. There aren't very many open on Saturdays.
And that fills a big need.
That is huge because
people
they're
don't
working.
People don't stop getting hungry on Fridays. And so we're open on Saturdays, both the Kingdom Kitchen, which is the hot meal program, and the pantry program, which is the commodities. So we're there on Saturdays from 11 to 1. And we have people who come from Cleveland, New Way, Willis, Huntsville, because there's a need, and
There's a huge need.
We feel
Absolutely.
like we're helping them meet that need.
Well, that's very good. So you also have a mandatory meeting this week for any volunteers. And anybody who's a new volunteer, can they come to that meeting as well?
So the volunteers for Children's Books on Wheels are partnered with Entergy. We appreciate the executives from Entergy and their CPAs that come in, and they're providing free tax services for us. Entergy also feeds the customers that they have to us per the zip codes that we have with them. We're on the IRS website. You can locate us through that particular venue. And then the other thing is that when we are out providing services, we also make sure that the children have access to books. You know, how are you going to keep the kids busy while you're getting your taxes done? So we're always promoting literacy. Last year, we donated over 10,000 books to families and to children. Books are donated to Children's Books on Wheels, and we donate them out. One of the things, we miss Paula Odom. You know, Paula's gone.
Of
we
course.
have worked with Paula.
She's just not working at Entergy. She's not invisible. She's
Yes.
still in the community helping out.
We miss her. And one of the things that when we started talking about the project, when we first started out, we were working with Entergy. And one of the things that they wanted to do was make sure that they promoted the services that we provide. So it's just making sure that people have access to services that were where they need to be. And one time we had a conversation. Remember, we were talking about how many ways can you say free at no cost, no charge. And we want people to know that it is a quality service, quantitative, free, and quality at the same time. It is an IRS project, which means that all the information, everything that we have is with
Top notch.
the IRS.
Updated.
Yes, for sure.
Right. And I mean, you take classes in this, right? Don't you have to get annual updates?
Yeah,
Yes.
we train every year. Right now, we're in the middle of training. The last stages of our training, we certify every year. We recertify based on the IRS guidelines to the advanced level, past that to IRA. So we provide those services to people that come in from other parts of other counties that come to Montgomery County, and they are looking for Children's Books on Wheels. Children's Books on Wheels has provided services for the Red Cross. When they were down at Greens Point, we provided outreach services for them. So we are everywhere we need to be. with the domestic violence component that we have, with the health literacy. We're also educators. Constance also certified. We're educators, and a few people of the team, Mary Butler and quite a few others, are certified to provide services through the Susan G. Komen Foundation. So when they have events in rural areas, we provide the services. We have an HIV/AIDS awareness component that we have. And, you know, Ms. Rita's talking about abstinence. But one of the things that we want to make sure is they have access and they're aware of unprotected sex and what it means. And we just do a little bit of everything, and
You
we do what we do
a
well.
lot of things. So you know what? Because there's so much, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk about a couple of those things you have upcoming, a fundraiser you have coming up, and then we'll reiterate about the taxes. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and this is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Are you interested in learning more about preparing quick, healthy, and safe meals for your family? Would you like to spend time with others learning tips and tricks, along with practicing and tasting nutritious food? If so, the On the Road to Healthy Living Mobile Cooking School is for you. Call Amy Ressler at Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service at 936-539-7825 to find a class near you or volunteer to host a class.
Hello, and we are back. We are talking with Rita Wiltz, who's the Executive Director of Children's Books on Wheels. We have Pastor Upshaw with the Rising Star Baptist Church, and we have a member of Rising Star and also a board member, Constant Boarder, who's also sitting here with us. And we're chatting about all the things that Children's Books on Wheels does, and one of the main thing coming up is the kickoff for the Super Tax Day. But Rita, you do so many other things. I mean, you're called Children's Books on Wheels, which is mobile literacy is what you led with, but now you have expanded to so many things. And like Constance says, the community needs a lot of these things, and businesses need to partner and be a part of the community for what the community needs. So we change, like Pastor Upshaw was saying, that you have a pantry, you feed people. Rita, you do another program you have is Project Reset. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Project Reset is a certification for OSHA training and confined space training. It's with Children's Books on Wheels. It's to make sure that the men and women of Montgomery County are certified to provide services, both international and domestic, for OSHA 30 and OSHA 10.
And that helps people get jobs.
Definitely so. And those are one of the things that are at the high point of Montgomery County. We appreciate the funding to provide those services for residents at Montgomery County, and that's at Children's Books on Wheels. The upcoming event is February the 17th through the 20th from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. And it's at our address, the Sleepy Hollow Multipurpose Center, which is the home of Children's Books on Wheels. So we provide that services in the morning, in the evening. We're the after-school site for the YMCA for children in our community. The Latchkey kids can get off the bus, a partnership with the Conroe Independent School District. So the children from the Oak Ridge Feeder Zone actually get off the bus. That's from 3:30 until 6 o'clock each day, Monday through Friday.
And then you also have a couple other things coming up on February 28th. You're partnering with the Giving Gown.
That's March.
March 28th.
Yeah, March 28th will be with the Giving Gown. One of the things my mother always told us was have beauty and brains. So one of the components that we're bringing to the Giving Gown.
And of course you have both.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank
Constance
you.
likes that too, right, Constance?
So
Good
what-
combination to have.
Yes. Okay.
You guys are so kind. But one of the things we wanted to make sure was the girls actually read. So the girls that are coming in, we'll be donating 500 books. So for every gown that they get, for every dress, for every lipstick, and all those things that make them beautiful on the outside, we want to put something in that brain. So what we're doing is we're donating books to that project, and that's 500 books. We're so delighted to partner with the Giving Gowns to make sure that they have what they need. And the component that was missing was the literacy, and that's something that we'll do for them with the 500 books.
That's very creative. I like that.
Thank you. That's a God-given idea.
That's a fabulous idea. So then you also have another event coming up, the Love of Literacy.
Oh, we're excited about that. Yes. Every year, Constance gets excited about this one. Every
She's
year.
excited about a lot of stuff.
Yes, she does. And you know, her excitement is contagious.
Yes, it is.
So
Just makes you smile.
It does make you smile. And those are one of the things that we love. The board members are excited about the projects that we do. They're all involved. We did a project this summer that was great, and I'll digress just a second on that. The project we did this summer was the Noah's Project, where we were able to partner with the Lutheran Church and the Red Cross to provide services for children that had been affected by Hurricane Harvey. And also, we were out in Tamina, and then we were out in East County, which was really good because with the resiliency part of that, we were able to make sure that when Hurricane Imelda also came through the New Caney area, they were able to bounce back. Dr. Banks partnered with that on that program. My son, Jeremy Wiltz, he led the charge for that. And we had over 50 children in Tamina with about 25 volunteers that we were able to do the food. We were able to teach them. Constance was one of our teachers. We had Wanda Woodworth. We had Mary Butler. We had Kamari.
Feet on the ground board.
We had to. And we had to make sure that they had what they needed. I think that you should be more than just a nonprofit. I think you should give and give. And I think that you should give. And when people come in for services, they always want to pay us. And we're like, our services, they're free.
But you do take donations.
Oh, definitely, of course.
Let's throw that in there.
Absolutely. Gotta throw that in
Donations
there.
and volunteers
Did
go
you
a
hear
long
our
way.
banker over here said, throw
Oh,
that in?
yeah.
She's smiling.
Retired from Woodforest Bank.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Because we're 501c3 and we can't do
What
we
you
do without the funds, because
Correct.
we have to have the laptops, we have to track the services, we have to have the training and everything that we need. But we're excited about For the Love of Literacy. It is at Philanthropy. Philanthropy is located at Market Street next to Tesla. And we're excited. Jackie Battle, he and his wife Christine, they're hosting the event for us this year. And Gerald Irons Sr. is partnering with us on that. So we're making sure that children have access to literacy and to books. And what we do is we just donate books, and we donate them, and people donate them to us. We donate them back. This past year, we were the nonprofit of choice for Barnes and Nobles, so we were able to provide those services. And you just give and give and give, and a lot of
Well, that's a
things
great
to do.
partnership, the bookstore and your children's books on wheels.
Yes,
I mean,
just
how
like we
more
partnered
perfect
with
can
the
they be?
library. I don't
I know.
understand.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
you just
hello.
gotta do it. Yeah.
I know. Hola.
Margie,
That reminds me of your Spanish.
Margie, I have a very interesting story that I don't have the story, but I wish Pastor would share the story about the gentleman that came by. You were in the parking lot at the church, and he needed the Bible.
Oh yes. We received 2 boxes of Bibles in Spanish and in English. Constance brought them to us, and I said, well, we'll receive them and we'll do something with them. And one afternoon we were standing in front of the church, and the gentleman drove up, got out of his truck and said, do you have a Bible? And I said, yes, we do. Would you like a Bible? He was Hispanic in either Spanish or English. And he said, well, I'll pay for it. I said, no, you don't need to pay for it. We'll give you a Bible. Which one would you like? We ended up giving him both. A Bible in Spanish and in English, and I had to tell Constance about that, because we would have found a Bible for him, because we do have Bibles in our church, but that was a
It was
perfect
spot on.
opportunity
Right.
to give a Bible away to someone who needed one in Spanish. He said he had one, but he had lost it, or he was on his way somewhere, and he had a daughter who he wanted to make sure that he had a Bible for. So that was one of those opportunities
you
to
just
just
never
pass
know.
it on.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
you
it
never
happens.
know.
As a
It's a
result
God
of,
thing.
of the donation.
That's right.
And
Came from Books on Wheels.
Yes.
There you go. Everybody works together to
That's
make it
it.
work. So, as we close, let's talk about the Super Tax Day again. So that is Friday, and it starts at what time?
It's 10 a.m. It's at the Conroe Central Library. We will have quite a few tax preparation events at the library. It's centrally located for everyone, right off of 45, 104 I-45 North, 77301 Conroe. And that's Super Tax Day. That's Friday.
They don't have to sign up. They just show up.
Just show up. We'll be able to assist them. And then on Saturday, we have a Super Tax Day down in South County. So to make it easy for the families that we service, we had the North County event and the South County event. Our new partner is the Church Project, and the Church Project is located off of Sawdust. And so we'll be providing services there on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And like I said, a lot of people like to come in and get their taxes done at a church. A lot of people like to come into different events where they've gotten vouchers, they've gotten food. So we have those venues. And then a lot of people love to come in for the YMCA. So the YMCA, we're partnering with them, South County, to make sure it's the one on Shadow Bend that we have free tax services there. And then the Conroe on Owens will be providing services there. So we're just all over the place
You are?
doing what we do. And
Community
we love what we
Assistance
do.
Center.
Yes.
And I'm sure they'll be putting this out there. So you can, it doesn't matter what part of the county you live in, you can come into any of them. It's not resident protected necessarily. You can, it doesn't matter where you live.
It doesn't matter. The other thing that we're proud of is that we're providing free tax services for our teachers again this year. They have some credits that they can get for the supplies that they buy, which is a $250 limit. But we'll be at the Jet Center providing services for our educators for Montgomery County. It's something I think we need to do. It's long overdue. And then also for the transportation, we'll be inside of transportation for the bus transportation. It's just a great partnership that we had with Dr. Stockton and now with Dr. Null. They recognize what we need to do. And then Dr. Null says, you know, let's get the students involved. Let's do that. So we'll make sure that that happens. I know you're looking at me thinking LMC.
I was thinking LMC 2015. There you go.
Best class
there you go.
ever. Best class ever.
You know, we're all still compadres together. Anything else you two want to add, Constance? You gonna do a little Tina Turner dance for us? Not right now. We'll hold that for another day. You can practice.
No,
Pastor. You have no words.
I have no words.
You have no words.
And it happens frequently when I'm around.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You've seen it. You've seen that performance. So we'll wait on that. We'll hold that for another special day
That
for
was
the
our
encore.
Volunteer of the year. She was entitled to dance to be the volunteer
She's
of the
a
year.
fabulous dancer.
Yes, she is. She is.
Me?
I love that.
No dancing for
But
me.
you're always at the events, so we
I'm at the
appreciate
events.
that. You know, Margie, we love what you do. You know, it's partnering with people that really understand the message that we have, and we appreciate you, Margie, and Taylor Eyes that came around in 2015 for LMC when you said, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? And you did that. So we appreciate
There we
your
go.
services. You provide an awesome
Takes a village.
services. It does
Yes,
take
it
a
does.
village.
Takes a village.
Yes, it does.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to hear from the Players Theater Company that's outside there getting ready to roll on here, and we're going to hear about arsenic and old lace. So thank you, Rita Wiltz. All the information about the free tax services and our upcoming events will be on her website shortly, but they will also be on Facebook, Children's Books on Wheels. So go there and check it out, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences. If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio, broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
For those of you who like your partners, your gumbo, and your music salty, well, we're here to help with the music. Julian Shea here, host of Lone Star Country Nights Thursday, your weekly dose of roots and Americana and all the music that makes this part of the country special. We stir in Western swing, honky-tonk, Zydeco, Texas blues, outlaw country, and put a pinch of red dirt, and then we smoke it over a slow fire. Then listen to the results Thursday nights on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Okay, we are back to the second half of our show today, January 27th. It is the 27th today. Yeah, it's almost February 1st. Wow, the year's rolling by. So I'm your host, Margie Taylor, and we're going to talk about the Players Theater Company's current performance they have at the Owen Theater, which is Arsenic and Old Lace. And it started Friday, and so it had Friday, Saturday, Sunday performances, and then for the next 2 weeks, correct?
That's correct.
So I am sitting here, and this is the director, Philip Harris.
Good to
and
be
who
here.
did you bring with you?
With me, I have Dixie Cooper, who's playing Superintendent Witherspoon. I have Dale Trimble, who's playing Teddy, who believes he is Teddy Roosevelt. And I have Terry Lynn Hale, who's playing Martha.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Arsenic and Old Lace.
Sure. It's a hilarious play about a whole lot of very colorful characters. You have these two spinster sisters, Martha, played by Terry Lynn Hale, and Abby, who live in a home in Brooklyn and in the 1940s. They have three nephews. They have a normal nephew, Mortimer. They have a, you could say, crazy nephew, Teddy, who thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt. And then they have an evil nephew, Jonathan. Mortimer has a fiance. Jonathan has a sidekick, Dr. Einstein. Teddy's in his own world.
Teddy has a bugle.
Teddy has his bugle, yes. And then there's a collection of police officers that get pulled into the mix. You find out about halfway through Act 1 that these sweet little old ladies, their favorite charity, their purpose in life, is helping lonely old men pass on from this world to the next via poison that they put in wine. And then
we put it in wine because it's less noticeable.
That's correct.
Right. Okay.
When it's in tea, it has a distinct odor.
I see. Okay. Very diabolic.
So from there, hilarity ensues. There's Mortimer basically is kind of the glue trying to hold all these elements together, and by the end of it, Superintendent Witherspoon comes in, played by Dixie, to try and make some sense of this mess. And by the end of it, I think things resolve satisfactorily.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Roosevelt, tell me more about your character.
He's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So it's a lot of fun to play, huh?
Yeah, because you can get away with just about anything. And all you have to do is just follow the what you remember of Teddy Roosevelt and the things that is in the script that enable the audience to realize who he is and what he's going to do or what he may do next and all that. And so he's a disruptive character in his own way. He doesn't mean to be, but he is totally into being Roosevelt at various stages of his life.
Okay, so it sounds like this is kind of a slapstick comedy kind of thing, or no?
There are some physical elements, but it's more absurd in a way. It's so a lot of the humor comes from how sweet everybody who knows these women knows how sweet they are. They're taking soup to people who are sick. They're concerned for their community, and yet they're serial killers. I mean, they've got a cellar full of bodies, and their poor nephew has to try and figure out what to do about it. So Terry Lynn, I don't know if you have anything to say about playing this sweet lady who one of her charities is to.
You enjoy it?
Yes, and what we really do, it's a mercy what we do.
Sure, you're helping them live a better
Lonely
life.
old men, no families.
Okay, so you pick them specifically.
They advertise a room for rent in their home. They lure them in, it's funny. One of the funny aspects of the play is how they talk about these men as if they're still alive. It must be so uncomfortable for him in that window seat, or he's been so patient waiting to be buried in our cellar. That kind of thing. It's very.
So you collect them in the cellar.
Well, we bury them. I mean, they're marked graves and flowers and all. We have services. We hold services for them.
I bury them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Teddy believes that the cellar is the Panama Canal, and he builds locks for the Panama Canal, and those locks are the graves that the men are then.
Because they've died of yellow fever.
I see. And what about you, Superintendent?
Well, I come in at the end, towards the end of the play, to hopefully kind of make sense of all of this. Teddy has been. I am head of Happydale, which is a sanitarium for people with mental issues, and I'm originally come for Teddy. Mortimer has discovered what these ladies are doing, and so he wants to try to put the blame on Teddy. And so anyway, I've come to take Teddy. But then I get involved in this whole, not willingly, but I get sort of sucked into all of this through a comedy of things that happen, and end up thinking I'm taking all of them with me to Happydale. But then it has a twist, and I won't tell you the twist at the end. But these ladies are just, I think of them as these sweet ladies when I first walk in, too.
But they're not.
Well, they are. They truly believe what they're doing is just the most merciful thing they could ever do on the face of this earth. They truly believe that.
And it's hilarious that only Mortimer and the ladies and Jonathan, their evil nephew, comes in Act 1, and he's kind of part of what sets all this off, because they have their own body they bring in. Nobody outside the family will believe that these ladies have been, none of the police officers believe it, the superintendent doesn't believe it. You just can't say something bad about these ladies, they're so sweet.
They seem so innocent.
Oh, yes.
But if you'll come down to the cellar with us, we'll prove it to you.
Okay. I just bet you have a lot of fun with that role, don't you?
You can't even imagine.
Is it the same every time you do it, or does it kind of change up, and do you kind of just go with it?
Well, that's the thing about live theater. I think every performance is a little bit different because you just feel a little bit different. And so the chemistry on stage becomes a little bit different.
Oh, absolutely.
And the audience is different. So the whole atmosphere is different. Therefore, you could see the same show every night, and you're going to see just a little bit different every night.
Because you know what you're supposed to be saying. So you get the context of it, but you go with the flow and how it feels.
Absolutely.
And working with talented, very, very talented people, which I've been lucky. A big part of my job as director has just been letting these people feel out their characters. A little bit of it is there's a little bit of reining in that goes on, not much, but I haven't had to do a lot of work because they're so talented. Oh, they found these characters like that. Teddy, from day one was just.
I can see that.
I'm so lucky that I've had these people to work with.
His alter ego for being an attorney. Live life a little out of the edges, right?
That's right. I have never run for office, and so basically I have my outlet here. And
Everybody's got to have that creative end.
Yeah, yes.
So that's fun. So Philip, this is your first time as a director.
It is.
What got you involved in doing this?
In theater or directing?
Okay.
Both. Well, theater. My mother has done theater for forever, and so when I moved here, it occurred to me it might be a good way to get involved in the community, And I discovered quickly that Conroe has not one but 2 community theaters, and so I picked one, and I never left. And then over the years, one thing about anybody listening about community theater is that you get involved and you quickly become very involved.
Attached. It's a family, right?
Absolutely. And so if you want to be involved, you can always find a way to be involved. So over time I've done sound, and I've been in shows, and then I started stage managing and doing assistant directing. And so this is the ultimate. And in many shows I've been in, I've always had thoughts about how I would do things, or when I've been in a show, I would do that differently. And so this has just been that opportunity for me to, now I get to do
Try it on.
Now I get to do the things the way I want to do them.
Have y'all been involved for quite a long time? I know you have, Dale.
20 years.
20 years.
32.
32. Oh, my goodness.
This is my first time, my first play.
Yeah.
So,
Really? So
if
what
I've
got
ever-
you involved in this, Dixie?
Well, I've always been a fan of theater. I've seen so many plays throughout my life, but about a year and a half ago, I was signing up for some classes. One of them was drama, and I thought, I want to try something I've never done before. So I signed up for drama class, and like they told me, it becomes addictive. And so I did a little play with the drama class, and have thrown my hat into writing some play, and then this audition came, and so I tried out, and he was kind enough or whatever to give me the chance to be Miss Witherspoon.
I will say, Dixie came with after auditions, she sent me this email. She had a vision for this character and had thought it out really in detail. I was very impressed, and I just knew from that email she'd be a great fit in this cast, and she is. She's fantastic.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh, you can't even imagine. It's just been
So you're sucked in.
Oh, and they were talking about. I've learned so much here. Just I've been everything. We've helped build a set. I helped the Brewster sisters in being a dresser a little bit. I do this part. It's just me, and the cast is wonderful. Everybody's been so kind to me and really helped me out, being that's the first time for me. And we have a wide variety of veterans and newcomers, and it's really clicked. It's just good. I think anybody that would come see it would enjoy it.
This is the great thing about community theater. It truly is community. And we always, always, always welcome people right off the street. We don't care if you've had any experience at all, but if you've ever wanted to be involved in the theater in any aspect, please, please, please show up. That's all it takes. Show up.
You all always just seem like you're having such a good time at every performance I've been to, at either theater, all the time.
And one great thing about this show, for people listening who think about getting tickets, we're anytime, in my experience, anytime your performers are having a good time on stage, which we are, it makes for a great experience for the audience.
It's engaging.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And so we've had 3 performances so far, and the response has been phenomenal.
Is each audience different?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you feel it?
They laugh at different things.
Is that funny?
Oh, yeah. And some audiences we get are more... Yesterday's audience was very... I was sitting in the audience with my parents who flew in to see it, and they... I heard you hear people around you... It's very engaging play. That's one of the things that I recommend about seeing it is it's very, I bet he's gonna, he's about to go discover that. You hear people
interactive,
and you know that they're dialed in, they're plugged into the plot.
That's good.
It's fantastic, and that's
great
why
when
I
you can see that happen.
Yeah.
So tickets are selling really well too.
They are, and in fact, again, for people listening who want to come see it, log on. Call the box office now.
OwenTheater.com.
Mm-hmm.
And the box office is open daily?
It's open, my understanding, I should have looked this up, but it's open Tuesday through Friday.
Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it's also open 2 hours before showtime.
Okay. So there are seats still available, but I understand Sundays are always the hot days, the matinees at 2 p.m. matinee.
There is. We only have one left. It's this Sunday. And for listeners concerned that it's Super Bowl Sunday...
Oh, it is.
It is. I will say the show runs about 2.5 hours with a 15-minute intermission. So we're done right around 4:30. So if you're concerned, I want to see it, but I've got I'm going to see the Super Bowl, or
you still got time to do both.
You got an hour after the show.
Yeah, time.
Come to see the community theater and then go see the Super Bowl. Plenty of time to do both. So don't let that deter you. If you think it's the only day, come see the show.
Sundays are a great day to go.
Oh, absolutely.
I go into the matinees, the performances on Sundays. So upcoming then, you have a few other things on the slate for the Players Theater Company. Terry-Lynn, you want to talk to that? You shaking your head?
No, I'm going to let Philip.
Okay.
Sure. So we have the rest of this season. After this show, we have Little Shop of Horrors, which is a great musical. It's kind of a dark comedy. After Little Shop, we have a chorus line, which is also great. It's about a.
And you have auditions coming up for that as well.
We do. Those are in February. I'm blanking on the precise date.
I know that I posted on Greater Conroe Arts Alliance, so people can see it there.
Yes, and I'll look that up while I talk. So a chorus line is great. It's a little bit. It's venturing a little bit into territory we haven't. I don't think either theater in downtown Conroe has ever done a chorus line.
I don't believe so.
I encourage people who are interested, look it up and kind of see what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
It's very human stories. People kind of slice of life.
It's a lot of roles, seems like.
It is, and great music.
Mm-hmm.
And then our final show of the season is Barefoot in the Park. Neil Simon. It's about a lawyer.
Can't go wrong.
No, it is fantastic. I was reading the script the other day. It's a very straight-laced attorney who's married to this very free spirit wife, and they're a brand new apartment. It's really great. We've also recently announced our upcoming season. We haven't published it, but I can say what it is.
Okay.
Our 2020-2021 season will feature Sister Act the musical.
That sounds fun.
Sunshine Boys.
The Sunshine Boys, directed by Terry Lynn Hale.
Goodness.
Holiday Inn, which is a fairly new musical based on the 1930s movie. Last of the Red Hot Lovers, which is another Neil Simon play. Footloose. Cabaret. And then we'll end that season with The Foreigner. So we got a lot of great shows coming up. Right now, Arsenic and Old Lace. Don't miss
Arsenic
it.
and Old Lace. Okay,
Yes.
and that goes through what date?
February 8th.
February 8th.
So we have performances next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 8 p.m., 2 p.m. And then the following Friday and Saturday, both at 8 p.m.
Well, you're starting to add Thursday evening performances as well, I've noticed in some instances.
For our musicals especially, yes.
Yeah, so that's good.
Absolutely.
You know, and what people don't realize is this is all volunteers. Y'all don't get paid for this. You volunteer your time. It takes a lot of time, not only the performances, but you have to work on it way before that. A couple of months, 3 months?
We've been
doing this since November.
Yeah.
November.
We had since of the holidays, we kind of started a little early, but I mean, to me, it's not really work.
We all agree. It's just fun.
It's just fun.
It's exhausting, but it's good.
You enjoy it.
exhausting.
And then when it's done, you kind of go, now what?
Exactly. Like tonight, we don't have rehearsal, and I'm thinking, what do I do?
What are we going to do? So you can find out all this by going to the owenstheater.com.
Owentheater.com, yes.
Yes, and you get tickets on there. It's pretty easy peasy. Get online tickets. Go to the ticket box office from 3 to 6.
I recommend
Tuesday through Saturday, except 2 hours early on Saturday. Is that correct?
2 hours before each performance.
Right.
I recommend, my preferred way would be to do it online. You can pick your seats.
Oh, yeah.
You can look and see which performances have seats available. To me, that's the best way, but by all means.
And Friday and Saturday performances are at 8 p.m. and Sundays are at 2 p.m.
And get your tickets, because like I said, the show's selling well. It's selling fast.
They usually do, you know, because they're just so much fun to go to live theater, you know.
Nothing better.
And see people in character. Okay, so that's all we have time for today, and I appreciate you guys coming in. Everybody enjoy your Monday. It was supposed to be about 70 degrees. I'm not sure it is. It looks kind of overcast. We never know what we get here in Texas, especially in January, right? Never know. So have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
And go
Thank you,
get
Margie.
tickets. All right.
Yes. Thank you.